Barker. I am the president of the Morgan Community Association. Morgan Junction planning area is so excited and blessed to have Lowman Beach Park as one of its neighborhood parks. It's a little one, but it's a special one, and today we are here to celebrate it. Thank you everybody who's attending today. We are on some very special ground, and I'm going to ask Ken Workman to come and tell us about that. Ken is 5th generation great-grandson of Chief Seattle. Ken, please step up. Thank you.
Thank you, Deb. By way of formal introduction, jag Stopstidsda. My name is Workman, and I am of the Duwamish tribe. And great-great-grandson of Chief Seattle. And we talk like this in these words, in this language, because it lets everybody know who we are as people and where you are when we're standing on this ground. And Du means inside and Obj means people. So we are the people of the inside. We are the people of Elliott Bay. We are the people of the Duwamish River. We are the people of the Black River, which is down in Renton. We are the people of Lake Washington. So collectively we're referred to as the Duwamish. And so here we are today on this land, just down the way from Alki Beach, where in 1851 my grandfather stood on the shores of Alki and he said, "La and so he very well could have said those words just down off the shore of where we are today here at Lowman Beach. It would have been very easy for him to say that. And so it's my honor to stand before you once today and say, you are invited here, my friends. And so this is your formal introduction, your formal welcoming to this place, because we as the Duwamish tribe, we realize that the world is a much smaller place these days, and so now we say Gwigwi hit dock, which simply means the whole world is welcome. And so I'm going to keep it very short and finish up with that, and only share this one final thought. And that is, this place that we know as Lowman Beach today used to be called Gwal. That's G with a high W, A, and an L. And in English, that means capsize. So if you're on your paddle boards over here and your kayaks, remember that. Make sure you come back to shore. So with that, thank you for coming here today, and have a good time. Thank you.
Wow. Well, I guess my first time paddleboarding out there, I capsized, yeah, so I guess I'm welcome then. Thank you all. You know, this sort of project really it's not supposed to happen. It usually doesn't when you go and remove a retaining wall along the shoreline. You take out a tennis court, are you kidding? And you daylight a stream that's been in a pipe forever so that it's now visible at the shore. This just doesn't happen. Thank you to the special efforts of so many people here. And Morgan Junction's Lowman Beach Park is just fantastic with its expanded beach access, its daylighted stream, its passive recreation area. We are so fortunate, and there's many, many people who have brought it to us, just helping us connect to Puget Sound. I'm going to be doing the introductions today, and the first person I'm excited to introduce is Deputy Mayor Greg Wong. Please welcome him.
Thank you, Deb. And I really do appreciate that, Ken, because now I won't blame my capsizing on my skills at all, but just on the currents or something. I'll be brief because I'll be honest that there's no words that can fully describe and encapsulate the feeling that you get just sitting here and looking out at our waters, at our beach, and getting that wind in your face and the smell off the water. I can't describe that, and I can't do it justice, so I won't try to. I'll let you just enjoy that. But I do want to say that we all know how amazing Seattle is as a city. We have an amazing economy. We have our beloved small businesses, our local neighborhood places we go. We have our great big businesses that drive our economic engine. We have a great art scene. Our creative culture is so wonderful. We have incredible sports, right? We love our teams. Go M's, always hope, although they not doing so well right now. But we're gonna get there. Great sports fans. But what really sets us apart as a city is this. You cannot recreate what the world gives us by itself. We have a love and a connection with our natural state that for many years we hid, that we denied. And it's projects like this that remind us that we should be connected to our world like this, that we need to not only love, but also take care of and be good stewards of our environment. And this is just one small project that demonstrates that. And I just want to say thank you, because I know it took lots of partnership from the state, from the county, from the city, all working together. And particularly a thank you to the neighbors here, because I know this was a process, and probably not a very fun one at all times. When you have a lot of construction going on, you have the West Seattle Bridge closure, and I know that it's been a trying few years in a lot of ways for our neighbors here. And unfortunately, Councilmember Herbold, who represents D1, she was planning to be here but had an unfortunate emergency come up and could not. I know that she would also say thank you to you as well. But you all came together, and this is the end result. This is not only something for you to enjoy, but for generations to come. Seattleites will be able to enjoy this and to take a second out of their busy days and to sit and to just feel that balm in the soul that you get from being in a situation like this and in a park like this. So thank you very much to everyone. Thank you for your patience in getting here. And all I can say is just enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deputy Mayor. I was going to be introducing Councilmember Herbold now, who works so hard for District 1, and her family emergency takes precedence, and I wouldn't want her here with that emergency on her brain. So I'll just say a big thank you to Councilmember Herbold, because this wouldn't have happened without you, without the council putting money towards funding for things like this. And this was something that was worked on during the pandemic, and everyone deserves thanks, but this is my thank you to Councilmember Herbold. Right now, I'd like to, yeah, there we go. Thank you, everyone. I'd like to introduce Christopher Williams. Christopher is, I really want you to become not acting anymore. I really want you to become the superintendent for real, but this is acting superintendent Christopher Williams of our Seattle Parks Department.
Okay, well, good morning, everyone. Good to see you. You know, coming to this park is like being on vacation every day, right? All right. Go West Seattle, go neighborhood. One of the things, you know, from a kid who grew up in West Seattle, go Chief South. Any Chief South graduates out here? Okay, there we go. I used to come to this park as a kid. We would ride through Lincoln Park, and we would wind up over here and jump off the wall and just go raise hell through the neighborhood, right? And what a transformation. You know, even though the tennis courts are gone, we have a natural area creek here. You have access to the water. I'm told by David Graves that this is probably one of the few areas where you can actually walk down and touch the beach without having to overcome a retaining wall. So that's huge. The other thing I want to acknowledge is the neighbors. This project has had a long arc from conception to implementation and to where we are today. The neighbors have gone through a lot of construction. There used to be houses across the street or apartments. These neighbors to our immediate south have put up with a lot of construction impacts, and neighbors to the north. So I just want to thank the neighborhood for enduring the impacts of what must have felt like continuous construction to get here today. Thank you for that. The other thing I wish to acknowledge is the hardworking Seattle Park and Recreation employees here who kind of work to make this happen. But before that, I want to acknowledge Justin Umagat, who is your West Seattle representative on the Board of Park and Recreation Commissioners, and also the chair of the Associated Recreation Council. Give Justin a hand. I'd like to acknowledge Kim Baldwin, who is our Planning and Development Director, Andy Sheffer, our Deputy Superintendent of Operations.
Wave your hands for us.
Maybe you can wave your hands there. All right, Karen O'Connor. Let's give Karen a shout out. You know, Karen is probably the best event planner in the whole United States of America. Karen goes around the city and puts together these dedication events. So thank you, Karen. Joey Ferruto is our park maintenance manager. He manages the staff who are responsible for doing the maintenance here and at Lincoln Park and all over West Seattle. And then I think a special shout out to David Graves and Janice Leing, who were the project managers here for this project that made it happen. Let's give them a big shout. And a quick word about Councilmember Herbal. You know, I would say this if she were here, but I'm going to tell you a little story real quick. I sat down very early on in the life of this project and talked to Councilmember Herbal about kind of the details of what we were doing here. And I cannot tell you that during that meeting, you know, I'm kind of used to high-level information. She had more facts and more details about this project than almost anybody, I think almost in the park department besides the project manager. So what that point in that story is that your council member really works hard to represent you and to have a complete grasp of information, and we really enjoy working with Councilmember Herbal, and I just want to reflect back her strong advocacy for you here in West Seattle. So thank you all for showing up today. Enjoy your new park. When you're thinking about just being stressed out, this is a great place for peace, respite, and kind of like a vacation. So thank you all for being here.
Up next, you know, these parks just don't happen with lots and lots of people, but there's also this thing called funding and money and bureaucracy and selection, and we owe a lot to Catherine Gardo who is a board member with the Washington State Recreation and Conservation Office. So RCO, when you hear that, you'll now think of Catherine. Come on up.
This is being really difficult.
Hi, good morning. My name is Catherine Gardo, and I am a Seattle resident on the other side of town, and I am thrilled to be here. What you have here is just absolutely amazing. And so I want to give yourself a hand for all the work you did and all the things you did to make this happen. And now you get to enjoy it. So as Deb said, I serve on the Recreation Conservation Funding Board, which is one of the two boards in RCO. I think there's more of them too, but these are the two that help fund. There are two that help fund this project. One was the board that I serve on, and then the other was the Salmon. I got to remember what the name of it. The Salmon Recovery Funding Board, which is a separate board in state government. And if either of you or any of you are interested in either of these topics, you too can join these boards if you so desire, because it's really fun and interesting to be able to participate in recreation and conservation all across our state. So just to let you know, the way it works is that the projects are submitted to the state boards, and then there's volunteers, just like you all, who review these projects, and then they come to my board and the other board that I mentioned, and we sign off on those projects. So it's a very citizen-involved process that gets this funding to you. And then obviously the legislature has to decide how much funding to give these projects. And so that's another way that you all can be involved too, talking to your legislators. We are very fortunate in this state to have so much citizen involvement in making decisions on how to spend the state's dollars around recreation and conservation. And as you can imagine, it's a very competitive field. And so congratulations again to all the folks who made it happen, that you now have this amazing, as I said, as Christopher said, a mini vacation every day if you choose. So with that, I will pass it on.
Thank you so much.
I'm now going to ask our Seaview resident ribbon holders and lovers of Lowman Beach to come on up and help us get this park officially open. We've got Ken Hasenga, who is a 6th grader at Explorer West Middle School. We've got Ezra Feinstein, who is a 1st grader at Gatewood Elementary. Yeah.
We need the logo. Are you ready?
Are you ready? Come on, everyone up with scissors.
Oh, there they
All
go.
right, we're really cutting it. We're doing